Hi, I'm Dave Kahle, and I suspect that you believe your sales force could perform better, but you're not quite sure how to make that happen. You're probably a little frustrated. I understand. I've been working with B2B and wholesale distributor sales forces for over 30 years. And in that time, I've presented in 47 states and 12 countries, authored 13 books, and personally and contractually worked with the sales forces in over 500 companies. So I understand where you're coming from. And almost all of that time was working with sales forces to help them sell better. A few years ago, I made a major decision, and I decided I was going to do it the right way. And what I meant by that is I'm coming to the end of my career, and I just said, I know how to empower sales forces to change their behavior. I know how to transform their culture. I know how to enhance their careers. We're just going to do it and do it right. You see, before this, I was content to be a keynote speaker at national conventions or sales meetings. I'm the guy you'd call to do a half day or full day sales training program once a year. I did that all over the country for 30 years. But I knew that those events had very little lasting impact on the sales force. Now, of course, there was always the 20% who implemented every new thing that they learned. But the vast majority, would be excited and energized for a few weeks, and then it would fade away and they'd be crushed by the day-to-day details. And I knew that significant, long-lasting change only occurs through repetition, by focusing on one skill at a time, by practicing it, by accountability. And it takes time and effort to change behavior and create the skills necessary to be an excellent salesperson. It's not going to happen in a half day or one day program. So I put together a proprietary program we call Immersion. Now, it's not for everyone. And if you're just looking right now, if you're looking for somebody to fill a spot on your sales meetings agenda, it's not for you. But if you're serious about improving your sales force, you're ready to look like a hero in your organization, then it may be for you. Here's why it's different. Here's what you get in the Immersion program. Number one, the content. All right, I have studied the best practices of B2B salespeople for 30 years. I know what behaviors distinguish an excellent salesperson from the run of the mill. And I put them together into a system. Salespeople don't know what they don't know. Immersion methodically exposes them to the best practices of their profession with a select body of content that will enhance their careers and transform their results. That's number one. Number two, the focus. So first is the content, second is the focus. And I often say that in sales, you're not paid for what you know, you're paid for what you do. Occasionally I'll hear somebody in a seminar say, well, I knew that. And my response is, yes, so what? You're not paid for what you know, you're paid for what you do. Are you doing it? See, our focus is on behavior. And our objective is to change the behavior of the salesperson. That sets us apart from almost every other program out there. They're all about the trainer. We're not. We want salespeople to act differently, to actually turn the best practices that we teach into habitual behavior. That's our focus. Number three is the delivery methodology. So we use multiple media to deliver the content. We understand everyone learns best in their own way. And so we use different kinds of media to make sure everyone gets the content. And that means video and audio and hard copy. We drip that out to them for about 10 minutes every single week. Number four, spaced repetition. Now, this is a educationally sound concept. It means that you learn best by repetition. So we drip the content out to the salespeople every week. It takes about 10 minutes, and maybe an hour at the beginning of the module, and then about 10 minutes a week. Drip, 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 drip. Each module takes about 4 weeks. So the sales force gets multiple exposures to the content over time. And that's one of the principles of how you change behavior. Next is practical exercises. This is not an academic program. There are no quizzes. There are no exams. We expect salespeople to be actively involved in the job, and we expect them to put into practice the skills and the competencies that we teach. Every lesson has a practical exercise attached to it, and it is the expectation that every salesperson will complete that in the real world. And then the last piece is really significant, and that's we get you involved, management involvement. So this is a cornerstone concept to the emergent system. We understand that to change behavior, salespeople need to have their managers involved in the process. So every module has what we call an AEF meeting, and that stands for accountability, encouragement, follow-up meeting. As part of the process, the sales managers organize a 1-hour meeting with the salespeople once a month. And we script it all. I mean, all they have to do is do what we tell them to do. You know, you don't have to prepare anything. It's all scripted. But it's a 1-hour meeting where the sales manager asks the salespeople the questions we prepare for them and holds them accountable for doing the exercises, hold them accountable for getting the results we expect, and encouragement, and creates conversation among the whole sales force. And I will tell you, we get astonishing results. Yeah. You know, not only do we change salespeople's behavior, which is our goal, but there's a fringe benefit, and that is we transform cultures. People in an organization have the same language, they have the same concepts, they have the same insights, they have the same understanding about sales, and we instill an attitude and a cultural process of continuous improvement. Everybody gets it. Their job is to continually improve themselves, and here is a methodology that will allow them to improve and help one another improve forever. Don't take my word for it. And just, review some of the testimonials on the website. Just as a result of one program, we had a $100 million company say that their key account penetration was up 79%. And we hear all the time, we had a record year in sales and so on. So, that's just the stuff that happens when you change behavior and you do it the right way. So that's what we do. And again, it's not for everybody. If you'd like to move forward, click on the button, schedule a phone call. I'll be happy to talk to you. But again, it's not for everybody. If you're looking for someone to fill a spot at a sales meeting, if you're looking for somebody to come in and do a half day, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm doing it the right way. So if you're serious about developing your sales force, let's talk. Okay? That's it. Bye-bye.